Hello everyone, my name is Ben Golash with New England Low Vision and Blindness, and today we're going to take a look at the MagniLink Vision Basic. So the MagniLink Vision has been around for quite some time. It is the desktop magnifier from LVI, or Low Vision International. So this is a Swedish device. This has come from Sweden. Our experience with LVI is that their products are very high quality, and that is very evident with the MagniLink Vision. This device is like many other desktop magnifiers, with 3 controls here on the screen, with the power, magnification, and colors. All of these are dials with very large feeling controls. It feels really nice to turn these dials and activate all the features. This device also has an XY table down at the bottom with 2 brakes. So one for the X-axis and one for the Y-axis. Not only can you lock this table with 2 of these lock levers, but you could also raise the resistance level for one of those directions, which makes navigating a document very pleasant. This device also has text-to-speech. So all the text-to-speech controls are located on this remote here, which can conveniently be magnetized to the back of the screen to get it out of the way when you do not need it. On the controller here, we have a couple of dials, a couple of buttons, and this big, large orange button for the activation of the text-to-speech. To start us off, I'm just going to turn on the device with the dial here on the left. It's just 1 click clockwise. Once I do that, it will take a second to boot up and it will tell us that it's ready. Okay, so now that the device is powered on, we can see the book that I have located underneath on the XY table itself. Now the main function of any desktop magnifier is the magnification aspect. So to adjust the magnification, we're going to twist this dial here in the middle clockwise. It's notched, so every notch will be its own magnification level. So just to demonstrate to you what the maximum and the minimum magnification is, I'm going to turn it all the way down to see how much text we can fit within the screen. This is going to be almost a full page. Widthwise, it's more than a full page, but lengthwise, we're getting about half of the page on the screen. Now opening up the book here, you can see that demonstrated a little bit better. Now I'm going to go to the maximum magnification, which is turning it all the way clockwise, and it's going to zoom in. Let's go on right here. So we can fill the whole screen with a word, right? We can go and navigate that way. I would say most of my clients are about halfway. So this is where the dial here is all the way in the middle. Now over here on the right side, we have the color switcher. So right now it's in full color, where the dial is all the way in the middle. On the left side, we have negative color contrasts. And on the right side, we have positive color contrasts. So I'm going to turn it 1 notch clockwise, and that's going to be our enhanced positive color contrasts. Going over, we're back in color, and then back over counterclockwise 1 notch. That's going to be our negative. We also have yellow contrasts. So we can have on the negative side, the yellow on the black background, and on the positive, we have the black on the yellow background. So I do want to show you this XY table because in my experience, many XY tables really only have one adjustment, right? It's locked or unlocked. And many times my clients will say, you know, this XY table is drifting a lot or it's moving too fast. So with this XY table, we can adjust both the upwards and downwards movement and as well as side to side. So we can fully lock this XY table by using this lever over here on the right, pushing it all the way away from us, and then using this dial here on the front, pushing it all the way to the right, and that fully locks the table. Now if I wanted to give the table full freedom and totally unlock it, I'm going to pull that lever on the right all the way towards ourselves, and turning this little knob here and pushing this lever here all the way to the left, and that will give the XY table full movement. But if I wanted to go line for line and I wanted more freedom side to side, I'm going to put this lever on the right side in halfway, which will still allow us to move the XY table, but it's going to give us a little bit of resistance, which makes going line for line a little bit easier. Additionally, if I wanted to put this lever here on the front in halfway mode, it's going to offer us resistance on both ways. So this will make navigation a lot easier with this XY table. Now I just wanted to give a few examples of what my clients use these magnifiers for. So primarily they're designed for long reading tasks. So any tasks like reading a book, a lot of documentation like bills, mail, textbooks, things like that. But these desktop magnifiers are also useful for things like medication. Another great use of these desktop magnifiers is newspapers. So I have a newspaper here that's turned to the sports section. If I place this under, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. We have a great photograph here of a hockey player, and then I can read this article here on the side. Now going back to the book, I'm going to demonstrate how the text-to-speech works for this device. Now to demonstrate the text-to-speech, I'm going to show you how this works with a book, so it's a little bit more narrative and it's easier to read along. To activate the text-to-speech, I'm going to have the page open which I want to read. To start the text-to-speech, I'm going to press the big orange button here at the bottom. Very tactile and easy to feel where that is. So I'm going to press that once. Once I hit this button, it's going to bring us into this window. This is where it's required of us to align the document within this window and exclude any text that we do not want to read. So to make it a little bit better, I'm going to flatten out this document, and then I'm going to press that orange button again, and this will take a picture. Alright, so it's going to process, it's going to start reading out loud.
116 intentional.
Okay, so to pause this, I'm going to press down on the first dial, moving up the controller. This is our pause and our play. If I wanted to change the volume, I'm going to twist the same dial.
Volume 70.
And it will say audibly what volume level we are at. To turn it down, we're going to turn it the other way.
Volume 65.
This is a notch dial, and each notch will be its own value.
Volume 60.
So I could really crank it down or really crank it up.
60.
Now to press play again, I'm just going to press that same button.
As competitive or selfish as I was, maybe you're more like the 6-year-old daughter of a friend of mine.
Pause it. So as we're reading this, you notice that we can see the large picture of the book on the top and then words down on the bottom that are digitized. These digitized words are allowing us to read along with our eyes on what the text is reading. This makes the text-to-speech experience really nice because we can see where we are on the page as well as read along with that page. Now what this has done is it's blocked out these two sections of text. So we have the page number and the title of the book on the top as its own box, and then the text on the page as its full block of text here. If we want to navigate this document, we can navigate this in a couple of different ways. So primarily, we can navigate block for block. So these blocks of text, we can skip through those if you have a multitude of text blocks. We can also navigate sentence by sentence, word for word, and even number and letter for letter. All of those functions are accessible by this knob here. So if I press this knob in,
spell,
it's going to allow us to pick which way of navigation we want. So it's going to start off on spell. If I twist it,
word by word,
it's going to give us
sentence,
a couple of different options.
block, sentence.
So I'm going to choose sentence.
Press to select.
I'm going to press down that dial to select it.
Sentence selected.
It's going to play the document as well as allow me to navigate sentence by sentence. So it recognizes the punctuation within this document. Now I'm going to demonstrate how the spelling works. So I'm going to press that same dial,
Spell.
and then I'm going to press it again.
Spell selected.
Once I do that, when I turn that control,
S-A-I-D, comma, space, quotation mark.
will allow us to navigate letter for letter. Going back to the regular text-to-speech, we're just going to press that play and pause button. I'm going to press that functions dial.
Spell. Word by word. Sentence. Block.
And I'm going to go back to block. By pressing that knob, I'm going to select that. Then I can press that play knob.
Our God, thank you for this most excellent day. We are blessed to
play.
be together with this family here in Mexico.
So once I pause that, now I can use these buttons here at the top, which are designed to allow us to switch back and forth from the text-to-speech to the regular magnification mode. Each of these buttons on the controller are numbered 1 through 3. They each have a tactile bump dot on each of them. So the number 1 button will have 1 bump dot, 2 will have 2, and the third will have 3 bump dots. So it makes it easy for us to navigate these buttons. The number 1 button, once we press that, it's going to bring us back to the picture window for our text-to-speech. Press it again, it remembers what we last took a picture of and where we are. Pressing that will bring us back to the text-to-speech for that page we've taken a picture of. The second button will bring us back to our regular magnification mode. Pressing it again will bring us back to the text-to-speech. So these 2 buttons will switch us from the text-to-speech to taking the picture of the next page, as well as switching us from the text-to-speech mode back to the magnification mode.
Speed.
Now the third button will allow us to change the speed of the speaking. So if I press that,
Navigation. Speed.
it will give us the speed navigation function. So when we turn the first dial here,
Speed 105.
it's going to allow us to change the speed of the speaking. Going back to the magnification, I'm just going to press the number 2 button and then number 1 to switch us back. This text-to-speech device gives us a lot more navigation than we would get on any other desktop magnifier. Essentially, the main function of this is using that big orange button down at the bottom and taking the picture of the text. Once we do that, we can use the first dial to play and pause, and then the functions to navigate through our document. Okay, so that does it for the overview of the MagniLink Vision Basic. If you're more interested in the MagniLink Vision and you want to try it out in person, and you live in the New England area, please contact us through our website, which will be linked down in the description, along with the link to this device on our website. In my experience with desktop magnifiers, the MagniLink Vision is one of the best examples in its class. All the controls feel extremely high quality, the text-to-speech is very fast and accurate, and the ability to navigate word for word and spell out our words gives you a ton of functionality for this device. The image quality for the magnification is extremely clear, and the ability to quickly change our color contrasts is very satisfying. So that does it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and I hope you have a good day. Bye now.